Oh, yes, I'm playing that.
It's becoming a sensation. A device which can do almost anything.
There'll be a camera, there'll be the other accoutrements added to the iPad that will make it a collection device as well as a distribution device.
Directing the Futures Lab at the University of Missouri's Journalism School, Mike McKean says the iPad will be an important tool for student learning.
There's no question to me that we need to have our students and our faculty working with it, especially as a platform for delivering news and information.
Or do like Mark Twain or something.
The iPad comes to the market this year after major success with Apple's iPhone and iPod Touch. Apple sold 1 million iPhones in 74 days. This year, Apple sold that same number of iPads in only 28 days.
We're selling iPads quite a bit. There's a lot of people coming in asking if we have them, when we're going to get them. When we get them, they tend to go out real quick. We have the Wi-Fi ones in now, but 3Gs are coming soon.
What makes the iPad so unique is its interactive display, which allows users to turn it at any direction, at any angle.
The iPad can actually be somewhat of a computer. It's not quite a netbook, it's not quite one of the small computers, but it's at least more of something that you can bring and have as a primary device on the go.
Is the iPad really necessary for college students? Sure, it can display tons of information, but is it really the future of electronic textbooks? And how will this affect textbook companies?
Over the next 5 years, with the introduction of iPads like these, digital textbook sales will make up nearly 20% of new textbook sales. This could mean big changes for a number of people.
We captured that so that the students can see the formulas that the instructor's talking about.
Educational Technology Director and Professor Mark Strid sees it every day in the classroom, students locking into new technology and using it for educational purposes. One of those tools is digital textbooks.
They're here right now, and it's just basically the publishers have to get a better handle on the business model that they're going to use. I know that there are already publishers that are doing this, renting the books, but I think you're going to see that happen rather quickly as the devices are now ready for us to use.
With the introduction of the iPad this year, educators expect to see more and more digital textbooks in their classrooms. For Strid, he sees this as a positive in the learning environment.
I think well managed, and if they're utilized for collaborative learning, for instance, in the classroom, they're not a distraction, then they're a tool.
According to Explana, a web-based service that partners with textbook companies and publishers to create digital textbooks and ebooks, digital textbooks currently represent 0.5% of the overall textbook market. By 2014, digital textbooks will represent 18% of all new higher education textbook sales. By the end of the decade, digital textbooks are expected to make up more than half of the entire market.
10 years from now, we project the or digital textbook market to be much more than 50%, as high as 75%, at which point the vast majority of all the learning materials being out there will be digital. And that not only revolutionizes what we call the publishing industry today, but have a dramatic impact on the way we even do university teaching.
Reynolds says the popularity of digital textbooks are starting to pick up for a number of reasons.
We're all aware of how expensive textbooks in general are becoming. Publishers are trying to take advantage of this by making materials available at a lower cost. One of the ways that publishers are doing this is by providing e-textbooks or digital textbooks, and many of them provide digital textbooks at about 50 to 60% of the cost of the new print textbook. Well, a lot of students, because of the cost pressures, are taking advantage of that.
Although publishers are selling digital textbooks to students for half the price of print textbooks, CourseSmart and MBS Direct says only 20% of print textbooks are available in digital textbook format. As more titles become available, as more technological devices are introduced, and as the cost pushes students towards buying digital textbooks, rapid growth will occur.
If you track trends right now, starting today, you're running at over 100% growth per year. That's very significant because at that point, digital textbooks represent a significant enough piece of the overall textbook publishing industry that they pirate print textbook sales significantly, and they have a dramatic impact on how textbooks are actually created, distributed, etc.
Textbook companies and publishers are having to jump on board with the concept of digital textbooks. Currently, digital textbooks are created at the end of the production cycle of print textbooks. This process could be reversed as the digital textbook market takes over, but it's a delicate process.
If you don't do it at the right time and you get caught in the wrong part of the cycle, your costs are going to so far outweigh your revenues, because you're going to be losing revenue on your print, that you're going to have a lot of trouble. So some publishers could really be adversely affected. Those who take advantage of it and get on the right side of it are going to be very successful.
Established textbook companies are also on the lookout for up-and-coming competitors. This world of digital textbooks is opening doors to new publishing houses like Flat World Knowledge and Lulu existing.
It's every business, it's every company's job responsibility to keep up and to get ahead and adapt to the market. If you don't make it.
Digital textbooks mean change for textbook companies and change for students. But not every aspect of digital textbooks is so glamorous.
We're concerned about the digital divide, whether students are going to have the resources to buy both a laptop and an iPad. And that's why I'm excited about the possibility of having loaners or ones that can be provided to students that can't afford to buy one.
Some people don't trust it yet, and it's understandable.
How is Apple pushing the concept of its new iPad and digital textbooks then?
They believe that this is a platform for delivering content less expensively to students, more interactively to students. It sounds like a win-win for the textbook publishers and for Apple.
Some industry analysts predict the iPad will sell more units than the entire e-reader market combined. The research group iSupply projects Apple to sell more than 7.1 million iPads in 2010. Sales are expected to double to 14.4 million in 2011, and in 2012, sales will nearly triple to 20.1 million. By 2014, they believe students will most prefer the iPad and the upcoming Android tablets over any other computing device. So as the rapid growth of digital textbook sales continues, Strid feels the excitement of what this could bring to student learning.
Oftentimes the benefit is not in an increased grade point. Maybe it's increased engagement in the classroom, and maybe as a result of that, they retain that knowledge a little bit longer. But we know students are engaged by these devices because we've done a lot of survey work. And we know that they like more technology in the teaching learning process. So I don't think there's going to be resistance to that. I don't think there's a lack of benefit by providing more technology in the teaching environment. I think it's a win-win situation.
But in order for the win-win to take place, students, teachers, and the textbook industry will all have to adapt to these changes together at the same time. With Spencer Ernst, I'm Tara Grimes, Columbia, Missouri.